The Trump administration will appeal to a federal judge later today for more time to reunite young immigrant children with their parents. A court ruling last month ordered the government to reunite 102 children under the age of 5 with their families by tomorrow. Officials say in all there are fewer than 3,000 undocumented immigrant children currently in federal custody. Mireya Villarreal is on the border in El Paso, Texas, amid the growing tensions over the delayed reunification process. Mireya, good morning.
Well, good morning. You know, the government has been doing DNA testing to verify family connections, and still they can't do that fast enough right now, which is why they are asking for that extension. Now, we have seen a number of reunifications, a handful over the last few weeks, but people here in El Paso and around the country are growing frustrated with what they say is government inaction.
What are you doing to get the babies back?
Yeah, we know where you live, too, man.
A crowd in Louisville chased and shouted at Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell over the weekend, who became the latest target of protesters' outrage as the government struggles to reunite children with their parents. In one example reported by the Associated Press, a 1-year-old Honduran boy appeared before an immigration judge in Phoenix Friday. He was reportedly granted a voluntary departure order, sending him back to Honduras and his family.
A child appearing in court without a government-appointed lawyer is not a rarity.
Lee Gallant is the lead lawyer in the ACLU's challenge to the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy. He says the government will likely reunite less than half of the children by tomorrow's deadline.
They started the reunification process far too late, and only when the court forced them to do it. And they're also using an extremely inefficient process.
This is one of the busiest border crossings in the country, and while discussions play out in Washington, D.C. and in federal court, people living right here in El Paso say they feel like they are stuck in the middle.
Someone's going to have to develop some intestinal fortitude up there and do what's right, irrespective of their political leanings.
El Paso Mayor DeMargo calls the separation of families inhumane and says it's the result of decades of congressional inaction.
When you don't treat the root problem, it just continues to fester. And I think this will continue to fester.
The federal government has until July 26 to reunify all of the older children. The Department of Justice said this morning that they are eager to present their case, their progress to that federal court, and they have been working tirelessly to reunify these families. The ACLU, though, will argue that they need stricter instructions and oversight to make sure they meet all of those future deadlines. Norah?
Mireya, great reporting there from El Paso. Once again, you hear from local officials. This is a failure of the federal government to address this issue. It's been building for years. Congress has been out to lunch.
Yeah, the mayor raised a lot of good points. Somebody's got to do intestinal fortitude and do the right thing here. It's a big mess, is what it is.